meter is not moving at all.
I just accidentally pressed this, and now we're in a huge. All right, now we're in huge trouble. I'm so not used to looking at like 400 windows or 400 screens rather. So I guess we'll do it this way. Everybody's gonna be like, they don't know that they're on live yet, and we're gonna be like, nah, we just literally don't give a fuck at all about anything. We just literally have no professional standards whatsoever. Whoa.
Did we do it? Okay.
Yeah, I could turn this up to a little bit. Whoa.
Did we do it?
Yeah, I could turn this up to a little bit.
Okay.
Nice.
Sorry about that. Welcome.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for anything. I don't apologize to you. Everybody could see your dick pics.
Sorry.
That you're sending to
the wife.
To Moog.
To Moog.
So hey everybody. This is Cameron. I'm sure many of my viewers already know who Cameron is.
Howdy doody, buckaroonies.
And Cameron brought a Moog Muse that you saved out of a Noah's Ark level situation.
We actually had to go back into the other building as the water was getting into the first building to go get this and then run this out in a cardboard box.
We sound like we're in a metal chamber.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, I don't think that's what's I bet that there is some bigger problem happening here.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, I don't think that's what's I bet that there's... Oh, yeah, doubled mics somehow. I wonder why. Oh, no? These are all muted. That's muted.
It's just the incredible features of this.
I bet it's this. How's it going? Better? Everybody tell me it's better. How's it going? Better?
I think that fixed it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So here, let's, I guess I'll point to this thing. This is the Roland SR20 HD. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I didn't pay for it that long ago, and I fucking hate it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's the worst. It's literally like, this stream took 2 hours to set up because of this direct... Oh, look, and if you search it, it goes to a airplane. So they sold the everything's about it. Okay, so anyway, they apparently sold the IP to an airplane company. Okay, yeah, it cost $1,000.
Excellent. I would have thrown that in the garbage.
Yeah, I would have saved myself time if I threw that in the garbage. Okay, so tell us about your floods.
My God.
Pantera.
Yeah, my Pantera floods experience. Yeah. Okay, so for those who follow me, I've been on the road for like a solid month, going around working on a project where I'm making my own free sample library instruments, just sort of as like a fuck you to Spitfire because they turned labs into subscription garbage. And one of the stops on this trip was Moog. So I went there and I had several meetings booked in Asheville/Atlanta with a few people. And even Mitch from Polyen mentioned like, oh, I might come hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
And then Mitch was like, oh, maybe not because there's a hurricane coming. So on some level, I knew that this was happening. And I have no idea why, but it just didn't occur to me to like, oh, I am in the path of that particular hurricane. Because, they're like, hey, I'm outside of Asheville. Do you want to meet up? Yeah, sure. Oh, we can't meet up because of a hurricane. Oh, okay. And I'm like literally sitting in downtown Asheville. So I get there, we film, and then I had a meeting with some of the folks at Moog, and it just starts raining. And then it was like, oh, we should wrap up and, go to dinner and whatever. And then it just starts like raining, like pools of water, like an Olympic swimming pool every like 15 seconds. So I'm running into the building to get my backpack, my camera, all the video equipment, recording equipment. And then there's like water coming in under the doors of the building. So we're having to lift stuff up off the floor. Like there were boxes, like cardboard boxes. And I think there were other like musei, whatever the plural is. And we're like getting them off the ground, setting them on top of stuff. And then it was like, shit, the other guy that was with me, shit, we got to get you like to your car. But it's like really, really raining. But I have like, 4-wheel drive. So sure, we could, And then as we're getting ready to leave, we realized, oh, this is the hurricane. You are probably not going to be able to come back tomorrow to give me the Muse. We need to go get it. So we had to run in the rain to the other building, get in there, turn off the alarm codes, get this out, and it's in a cardboard box, and it is just buckets of water every second. So we had to get this out. It's like the packaging is soaked, and then throw it in the back of my car. It was nuts,
You
man.
went through all that and didn't steal one.
No, yeah.
You still don't own this. Like,
Nope.
This is a loaner.
Loaner.
And you still, like, I would have absolutely had like 8 in my van. I would have been like, oh, I couldn't get it. You need to let me back in again.
I should have taken a sub 37.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was that. And then I almost stayed an extra day because I got back to my hotel. Everything was closed. I was like, shit, I need dinner. I'm at the hotel bar. All they have is like crappy pizza that was absolutely like a Totino's pizza that they like microwaved and threw some pepperoni on and charged me $40 for.
Of course.
And yeah, it was just insane. And I was going to stay one more day. And thank God I didn't, because like I left the next morning. I left around 9 a.m. because there was just a little break in the rain. And just getting from Asheville to outside of Raleigh where I went next, that was a scary drive. I mean, like terrifying. So had I not done that, I would still be trapped in Asheville. I think, absolutely. Because I think the highways in and out are just toast.
Yeah, and to answer someone's question about the hurricane here, yeah, it didn't hit directly here. It could have been a lot worse. I had like 2.5 solid days of tree cleanup to do, and there's still some in the property. I've actually discovered that I could drill giant holes in a giant downed tree and put chicken shit in it, and the nitrogen helps it decay super fast. Didn't know that. We'll see if it works. But that's my hurricane story. But now
Then getting here, I had to go through the chemical plant explosion.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, the chemical plant explode. We've had like constant, like it's very apocalyptic. We've had constant warnings on our phones telling us that there's chlorine in the air.
It's not good.
Like burnt chlorine.
Yeah,
in the air and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. So that's how I got the Muse, and then I have to send it back in like 20 days. Speaking of which, should we?
Sure.
We should get into this.
This is the Muse.
Look at that transition. Wow.
Yeah.
The Muse is highly saturated. We are not.
Yeah.
So what do we want to do?
I don't know. I mean, I guess. So, okay. So my understanding of the Muse so far, by the way, I'm on the right here.
Yeah, as you can probably not be able to tell if we do this.
Yeah, because here, I'll do this. This way, you know. I mean, the tattoo should help, but yeah, this way, I'll be this guy. Oh, God. It's way tighter when I do this. I'm talking about my vagina, not my watch. I don't think anybody gives a shit whose hand is doing it. All right. Anyway, now I'm just like obsessing over my watch. Okay, so this is the Muse, and I'm talking to you as if you're like a Moog rep.
Right.
I played with the Muse yesterday for a little bit, and I was not really blown away, and I was surprised because I expected to be really lost. Not quite. I knew it wouldn't be a PolyBrute 12. But I expected to at least have checked out from reality for an hour or two. And I kind of didn't, but I would say that the thing that I was impressed with the most would not be surprising at all, would be like the basses and leads and the monophonic stuff. Yeah. And it was just like, well, yeah, but at that point, I would just buy like, a one voice or two voice.
Yeah, sub 37 or like a...
Right.
Or even like the sub Fatty or something, like the older ones they did, yeah.
But now I'm wearing headphones. We were playing through a jazz chorus amp, which for somebody who's not a guitarist, that's like a very clean amp with not too much of a huge profile, and it's stereo. And if you're sitting in front of it, it's kind of like being in front of a PA. Obviously, it's an amp though, so it's not. But it is about as close to a keyboard amp, guitar amp, as you could get. It has stereo in and stuff and 2 speakers. But it's so and that's all it does. No, so here's what here's what people probably want to see though, is pressing these buttons, opening up this menu. Does there any sort of thing, like can you hold down one of these buttons and then twist something else and like connect things? Is that possible, or is this just sort of like a menu call?
I think if I remember right in the meetings, this is called the More button,
Okay.
or like the More menu. So like if I'm editing the envelope here and I want to edit it deeper, like the curves of the envelope, I would go here, and that opens the settings for that particular thing.
One of my initial complaints was these buttons.
Yeah, they feel...
I didn't like them. I wanted them to be... I don't know what it was about them, but... okay, also, the sequencer is interesting. However, it wasn't intuitive enough for me to be able to immediately, get going with what I wanted to get going.
Yeah.
Also, another thing, and you'll know this right away. If I want to... so let's say I just wanted to, like, make this... Okay, I see now. Never mind. I was going to say, like...
And your tempo's here.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Press hold. Yeah, it's not actually modulating anything. Okay, so that's high pass.
Oh, I'm looking short here. Yeah, we tried to find stools that were like the same height.
Whew. I could actually get my computer chair. Here, you mess around with this, and nobody can even see us right now, but I'll go get my... I'll stay right here and watch you perform. I'm not going anywhere. I will never leave you.
Let's, I could show a patch I made really quick. I haven't had like a ton of time with this yet, because I, was like out running a hurricane.
Do you want me to get bourbon, actually?
Sure, I would do a bourbon.
Yeah,
Thank you. That was me, I believe this is the camera button. It is not. I do not know how to use this. There we go. That was me ripping hot ass. Why did I take down the tier list video? That was because of I got a copyright claim from AI. It's going to be an upcoming video. So this is a patch I made in the hotel while my hotel was like flooding. So just for some context, it's of course very moody, but it is... I think it's a cool sound. So pretty thick. I have no idea how well that'll translate on a stream, but... So that was a cool sound.
Creepy studio door.
What'd you bring?
The only thing I had open, which is Knob Creek Smoked Maple.
Oh, all right. So I just showed a patch I made. So that was a patch I made while my hotel was flooding, and I was like figuring out what the hell to do. So kind of a cool sound. The initial sound, pretty bright. Let's see. Is it common to use a jazz chorus for synths? I would say so. It's a reasonably affordable amp that's stereo.
It's one of my favorite amps. I have two of them. The second smallest and the second biggest. I think there's 4 total that have ever been made. And then there's like a massive one that you only really, I don't know where you would play, where you would need that. I would say out of all guitar amps, I would say it's probably the best one for synths. But
it's also a pedal platform. I mean, in terms of just like throwing a pedal through an amp and hearing what it does, the jazz chorus is like the neutral bass line.
Yep,
I find.
and it also has like sends and returns and stuff in the back.
With the loops,
Yeah, and then the bigger ones have distortion, and the distortion's excellent overdrive. But yeah, anyway, but if you are looking for just something to plug a keyboard into, an amp is not going to be like, if you buy a jazz chorus amp that's like a relatively big size, you're going to pay way more than you would just for like some decent like small monitors or something.
Someone had a question. Oh, what would it be, the comparison with the Moog's other flagship? I don't think this was meant to compete with the Moog one. I mean, the Moog one's like 10 grand. I think most of the inspiration of this comes from the Voyager, if my memory serves, and the conversations I had with the Moog folks holds up in my head. I think it's kind of inspired by Voyager, but also kind of like the Sub 37 and 1 insofar as that it's like a modern take on the Moog sound. Like, this is very much not a Model D, obviously. But yeah, I don't know that it's really meant to compete with anything, and I don't know that they try to compete with their own lineup a lot. I mean, like a Taurus is very different than a Moog 1, and a Moog 1 is very different than like a Voyager XD, which is very different than a Sub 37 and so on. So yeah, that was a patch I made. Anyways, how about some other patches? The Muse patch category is probably like where to dick with things. Honestly, the Vox Humana patch, I believe, is the Memory Moog or the Poly Moog.
Okay.
It's one of their like other polysynths that was like a very, very famous sound, and like I don't know why that's patch 1. I would have made patch 1 of this personally. However, the lack of poly aftertouch on this is an absolute crime against humanity.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does do, so like it's 16 banks and 16 patches per bank. So the Muse category, I guess, is where we would start to just like demo shit, because this is like, this is what the Muse is and does.
Is a mod wheel generally vibrato?
I think so.
Are you a big mod wheel player? Do you like hang out here often when you're playing keyboard? Like as much as I do when I'm...
As much as I can assign the mod wheel to interesting things beyond Warble.
Yeah,
for like stuff where it's locked, I don't really touch it all that often unless I'm kind of doing like pseudo string expressions.
Okay.
But if I can assign it as a literal mod, like modifier rather than modulation, I will, do that quite a bit. And of course, a lot of like the Venus theory.
Yeah. Where I'm just cheesy as fuck and I just have to like, play the cheesiest leads ever.
So soft orchestra.
Are those sampled violins?
Partial Heaven. This is a pretty cool patch.
What's going on here?
Fire. I'll let you fire up this one. It's cool. I'll take some of that maple if you don't mind, though.
There you go.
Tonight's stream sponsored by Knob Creek Smoked Maple. I thought that was a cool sound.
What does it? Oh, it only holds arpeggiators. Okay.
It should hold the keys. And I think like the ring modulator, the FM going both ways, as well as the mod oscillator going into audio rate.
Yeah.
It opens up some interesting timbres.
I do like the pseudo chime thing happening with it.
The overload is nice too.
Does that just push too much into the filter essentially? Okay.
Or maybe it's overloading the amplifier. So with no overload whatsoever. just a pinch, and then like full beans.
Yeah, that would come really in handy on like basses and...
Yeah. And it is bitimbral, so in case you're not aware, I'm going between 2 layers here. So if I am playing this, I could play just 1 layer with the VCA. So this is one part of that patch. And then this is the arpeggiated bit.
Wow. That it's kind of funny how much it does have in common with the PolyBrute.
It's Tines, so this is another one that's like ring modi, which I think this sounds nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the attack on it's crispy. Fat list. This one's a cool like. So in this one, Aftertouch is doing vibrato, where Mod Wheel is.
Yeah, I assume the mod. Yeah,
and I think this is a nice sound. But funny enough, this is mono. So like, if you played this sound polyphonically, I don't know. I don't think it's as fun.
Yeah.
And it's cool, but yeah. Low pass gate, which this does not have a low pass gate, as far as I'm aware, but you know, nice plucks and whatever. Diffuse. So this is the diffusion delay.
Yeah, let's get onto the reverb, the pseudo reverb. Huh.
So I guess for those not aware, let's just talk about it. So I'm talking to people like they've never watched every fucking 3,000 Moog Muse demo and review videos that came out.
Yeah, I've not watched one.
So if everyone's familiar with the free Valhalla Supermassive, and if you're not, you should absolutely go download it. It's a fucking fantastic delay reverb combo. So diffusion delay, that is obviously a delay. If I link these delays, you know, you get the idea. So what diffusion is doing is turning the delay into reverb by adding a lot more stuff and diffusing the sound. Is like the simplest explanation I can give. So if we crank the feedback here, that's turning the delays into a reverb, because reverb is just a bunch of very, very tiny delays interacting in a super complex way. So it's not bad.
Yeah, it's getting a little feedbacky.
I have it cranked a little bit.
Yeah.
And we can also introduce things like multi-tap mode.
What does that do?
So that turns the delay into a multi-tap delay, kind of like a space echo.
I thought it would like add a multi-tap layer to the reverb or something.
So now, more, you know, complex layering and stuff happening. And as we bring this in, so there it's just like pure diffusion, whereas this way, in the middle, we get more delay instead of just diffusion. And then there's also a filter, so I could like low pass the whole thing.
Okay.
Or high pass. So that's a DJ style, like bipolar filter. Whoops. So yeah, that's the diffusion delay. It's cool. It's just very okay. I guess that's the only way I can describe it right now.
My thoughts on that initially, I like it. I mean, I think it's different and it's cool, and it's a cool way to, I guess. Well, you can't have delay and reverb at the same time with it, really.
Yeah.
You can't overlay the two, which is problematic. But not problematic, but it's kind of limiting. But what I'm just surprised that they don't have a simple DSP chip. Like, even God forbid, I mean, I don't even know if you could still buy spin chips, but like, even, you know what I mean? Even if it was just like, there's like $45 chips from what I would pay for them. I'm sure Moog could probably, or
if you have the buying,
I'm sure
buying
in
power.
music could negotiate. But yeah, I do wonder why there's not, because you already have the screen here.
Yeah.
And it's like, even if you just had a reverb, 2 knobs on the side, but very much like the PolyBrute has. Like it has like chorus and some other things they could add in over the entire sound. And the reason why I harp on that, obviously I love reverb, but one of the reasons I harp on that is like some of these patches with just a little bit of a natural reverb layer on top of the delay would sound, I mean, you'd float into space playing them. It'd be like this amazing feeling. And that sells it when people try it out in stores or, hear YouTubers playing it on
on a live stream.
Right, yeah.
Someone had some questions here.
Oh, yeah. The Wicked Saint asked, what would we recommend as a good starter synth? And I asked what the budget is, and they said $300 to $500.
Oh, dude, Mini Freak.
Yeah, I was about to say that too. Like
Mini Freak all the way.
Yeah, but if you don't like the Mini Freak, when some people are really like anti Mini Freak,
which is weird. I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah, the Dreadbox Nymphs. How much is that?
Did the price on that change though? I thought it kind of went up there.
I could see it going up. It was like it was ridiculously priced, but because that one's if you want analog.
Yeah, that's like
Dreadbox.
analog, and it was 6-voice poly, and it had some effects in it, right?
$499.
Oh, yeah.
You could buy it used for like $400 on Reverb.
That being said, if you want a synth that also acts as a MIDI controller, also does like multiple types of sound, so the Mini Freak I think is the best value because you're getting an analog filter. It is the Arturia filter. It is kind of a character thing, which is maybe why it's a love-hate thing. But you get...
Well, I think some people just hate the like designs of those in general.
But the Mini Freak, it has the little baby stubby keys, which is a love-hate thing and all that. But, you get multiple effects. It's bitimbral, much like the Muse. You could have 2 patches running at the same time. It's wavetable, FM, virtual analog. Or no, not granular. Sorry, that's the Micro Freak that has granular. It's got the noise engineering algorithms, which are really interesting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does have all the... And, the mutable,
and then the mutable stuff. Mm-hmm. It has a really good mod matrix. It has really, really good effects.
It is kind of like a synth world tour.
Yeah, I mean, it's in terms of like for the money and in terms of the flexibility it provides, it's pretty nutty.
And the virtual analog is not really... Hey, I literally searched for the Dreadbox Nymphs, and this came up in my ads, and I'm like, do you know what this is?
I believe so. I think they demoed that for me at NAMM.
Does anybody know what the Freak Tube is?
If I remember correctly, it's an analog processing box that you can control from your computer.
Oh.
It's like a summing bus type of thing.
Okay.
I feel like I met the fellow that made that at NAMM.
Freak Tube FT1. All right. That looks interesting. Anyway. I've not even seen it. It looks pretty.
Yeah, I mean, Mini Freak for me. Okay, I think that was the only
I would say Mini Freak is my number one answer, but if you want analog, I would say if you want analog like no nonsense stuff, then a Nymphs
or the Mini Log. Those are pretty damn good.
Or I guess you could probably get a Mother 32. Or I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest and go against all of our principles here. The Behringer Neutron. If you want, you're not going to make a song on the Behringer Neutron, but you're also not going to make a song on any sort of, I guess, submodular synthesizer one, where you can only play 1 or 2 voices at a time with no sequencer. You're not really going to be. But if you just want to play around with synthesis on your couch, the Neutron's pretty great, and also
and cheap used.
Yeah, and
Very cheap.
and this the thing is like we all think that Behringer's done some really fucking lame stuff in the past, but like
Really?
obviously like anybody watching this knows how I feel about Behringer, but like I do think that it is important that when they do make something that is semi-original, and if it is a low-cost synthesizer, like it's worth saying it's amazing, it's great. The only thing I don't like about it is the artwork and interface. And I have like a panel that goes in front of mine.
In there.
And it's like, it's not because I don't like Uli Behringer. It's because I don't like the design on the original one. It's confusing. And you could buy aftermarket panels that make all sort of the
Well, and they have that new one,
sub-modules.
Proton, coming out. True.
Yeah, I just saw that. And
the Proton sound demos I watched one a couple days ago that was like, sounded pretty,
how much does that cost?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I didn't
like,
see, but the sound demos I heard was like,
it's
damn, that's
anywhere
pretty cool.
near the price of the Neutron, I will absolutely buy one without question. And I'll probably give it away. But it's like...
I'll use it for a week and then give it
exactly.
away.
It's like I don't really need it, but yeah.
Yeah, so let's do more sounds, I guess. That's another like diffuse delay.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is this one? I don't know.
Sepulveda.
So Aftertouch there's... And see, as a sound designer, that annoys the piss out of me.
What, not having Aftertouch control?
I don't think it's doing anything. Like Aftertouch, just from like a patch design perspective, this would be in the... For me, this would be in the spec sheet. Aftertouch must be assigned to something.
Yeah, at Yamaha, my patch making at Yamaha was like...
Oh, so this is one that's doing something more complex.
Okay, yeah, with the
arpeggiator.
Yeah.
It's just... I don't know.
Oh, that's cool. What Future Sound of London song is this?
So I think this is getting into like the skipping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
the
you
leapfrogging.
can you can leapfrog within the ARP. So there's alternate patterns as well.
Okay.
So this has
Let me zoom here.
outer, inner voices. We can have different forward and backwards leapfrog. So this is getting into like some kind of generative-y stuff.
Yeah.
And then I can also record this into the sequencer, but I also can have the sequencer playing at the same time as the arpeggiator on this patch. That sounds like absolute dog shit, obviously.
It's the worst acid house ever.
Yeah.
That sounded very beginning of a loop hop video. Hey.
I can't do loop hop voice.
Hi. We should just pretend that he sounds completely
no.
different. Oh, is it? No.
It
really?
is.
Really? No.
It's broke again.
Here, hold on.
No. How did we fix this yesterday? I think we had to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I had.
Nope. Okay.
Oh God. But it does switch when you change patches. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yesterday I had a stuck key nightmare.
Yeah, it's doing that again.
Is it?
Oh my god. God damn it.
Can we go to an init? Yeah, we can here. Okay.
Here,
yeah,
hold on.
Oh, that just inits the patch. Okay. All right. There we go. Hold was on.
Oh.
Yep. All right. Good. So we did have the reason we even assumed that there's a problem before troubleshooting is yesterday I had a few stuck key. No. Okay. Yeah. We've had some stuck key issues. Yeah. Yep. And what do we do? A turn off and on, and we got it to.
Yeah, it's still sticking. Just power cycle it.
Is it still?
Yeah.
Filtering through all that?
I have no idea.
Oh, it's not going through the filters.
Oh, hold is on timbre B.
Oh, what? All right.
Is hold independent? It is. I did not know that.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know. Whatever.
Maybe that's what I did yesterday.
Maybe.
All right. Good to know. See, I would have just gotten sued for defamation by Bob Moog's ghost.
So this is Moog 55 strings. Which sounds pretty big.
What's the peeling issue that everybody keeps talking about in the
I
chat?
have no idea. Huh. Yeah, so then classic patches. You know, whoop, doink.
Oh yeah, we're just sort of...
Yeah. Ooh, so, you know, like... So it's got some nice, you know, low end.
Hear that crazy Moog filter?
The vinyl is peeling. What vinyl?
There's that record that's playing.
Oh, this. I think is like an overlay on top of it.
Oh shit. Oh, it is.
I wouldn't peel it because I have to give this back.
If I were borrowing it, I would. If it were me borrowing it, I would absolutely
Just peel it off on a string.
But I'm a fucking sociopath, so that's probably why.
It's not. Well, I mean, this is like the
Yeah.
third time I've had time to unbox this.
Right.
So
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I will let you know though.
You know what you should do though is a radio show. If it does start peeling, just do a radio show in the UK, and like 4 people on the stream will understand that joke.
Okay, got it. Is this like a...
Yeah. Lucy Patch. Yeah, this is a Lucy Patch.
Yeah, that's all right. Risers. But I guess, you know, if it's a poly synth, the real thing is like pads, you know? Yeah, go for it. These are, well, do you want fast or slow pads?
I don't know. Just
Give that a shot.
moon gatherings. My name is Elon. The kind of pads this cowboy plays are run out of poly kind of quickly. Mitch is in the chat.
Oh boy. Hi, Mitch.
Hey, Mitch.
And I feel like this with a bit more...
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little sharp, isn't it?
Like just adding some LFO, I don't know, just and I feel like this is maybe a me thing, and probably I don't know, anyone who's like a more established, like, you know, has been making music for a long time, like not like professional musicians, probably the wrong, but anyone who's like kind of been doing music for a while, I feel like is always underwhelmed by factory presets, just because you have your own inclinations sonically, and I don't know, and
unless they're made by Richard Devine,
right,
which is 50% of all.
50% of all factory presets are Richard Devine. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. The factory presets don't really sell me on it.
They all feel like a few tweaks away from being good, though. You know.
Yeah, like it's almost there.
I want to see what auto switch does on this video thing.
And if we look at this camera, will it switch? Hello, blah blah blah.
I think we have to be like, Rah!
It
We
did.
have to just be really loud, and then
now-
if we're like,
No.
oh,
We froze.
did it freeze us? Oh, it went to still. That is so fucking stupid. And so the still function on this rolling thing, sorry to bounce around here, but the still function is like, and that, yeah.
That's
Fucking, yeah.
what a handy feature. For
Yeah.
only $1,000,
Yeah, right.
you too can do that. Yeah, I mean it's
It's, oh,
so this one, like Aftertouch, is doing something kind of fun.
okay. Okay, yeah, yeah.
So there's some nice pads and such.
They needed a view on these presets. Although I feel like a lot of...
I don't know, what does this one sound like?
Oh, splits! The split function. There's a whole split area, right?
Mm-hmm.
How's that work?
So, if memory serves, I mean, we should probably just go to like an init patch to demo this.
Isn't there a split bank? Yes.
Splits 1,
Okay,
splits
yeah.
2, patch. So, brass
Yeah,
bass.
so... Wow. We're weather report.
Yeah. Body double. So we can split the keyboard. Obviously, you could select your
Sure,
split
yeah.
point if anyone's wondering like what we're doing. I think we just wrote a Netflix title
Yeah.
theme. This is my contribution.
Yeah.
But wait. Are we Trent Reznor, Atticus Rossing this now?
I think so.
Okay. Neptune Complex? But yeah, their voices, again, you're kind of running out.
Yeah.
Oh, so this one's using unison on that end, and then poly on this end. So I have 4 voices reserved for this now.
Okay.
Yeah. And then obviously in the timbre we could have the ARP on timbre 1.
Okay, this is cool. This is great.
But I believe the diffusion delay, you can select timbre A or B, or both. So I could have the delay. I guess I'd have to bring it in here.
Industrial. Breathe. Blood on me. Mommy. Right.
So that's kind of fun. Pulse Willow Bass.
Is that bass or Boss Rootin? Since everybody in my stream definitely knows who Boss Rootin is, since I'm sure they know.
But like, see, okay, just a couple tweaks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all like maybe that's the thing. Maybe the the presets were made with the idea of getting somebody to be like, hold on a second. That would actually be a brilliant
That actually,
idea.
yeah.
To like just make it addictive to like play with some of the knobs. Hi, Lucy.
You know, vintage horror movie type thing. Ikari MG2?
Ooh. I kind of dug that.
That's cool. And I believe I can also do the sequencer thing. So timbre B.
Hold on, I'm gonna go get the ice cream from that truck out front.
I think there's a way to do that because like the ARP can run on one. I believe the sequencer can run on one and all that kind of stuff. So that's splits. Yeah, leads and basses I think is really... Oh, metal's another category. So this is where it like makes more use of the ring mod. And
Sure.
it's just some nice like bells. But see, a bell to me has more decay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
right.
that's a bell.
What? So, like, all right. So I'm gonna try and record while we have a bell thing here. Okay, maybe a different bell. Maybe a bell that's. Okay, this one. So I'm gonna to record a sequence.
Thank you, Lucy.
All right. Okay, so that didn't work.
What are you trying to do?
I was just trying to record a sequence.
Well, we should probably just go to like because we can do...
Oh!
You can load sequences separate from patches.
What, is this the sequence itself?
Uh-huh.
Whoa, there's like a little piano roll in there. I didn't see that.
Sequence bank.
Oh!
Is there not just like a fucking blank sequence?
Oh, okay, so you saved them. I see now.
Settings.
That's hardcore.
I just want to clear. Oh my fucking god. I hate when shit's like this. Sequence bank organize? No. Like shift sequence? Nope. God fucking damn it. Step. Note. Velocity, gate length. Settings. No. For fuck's sake.
Fred's Lab Manatee. Do you know what that is?
I've heard of it. I honestly couldn't tell you what it is. I think it's like a granular, like additive synth or something. I've heard about it forever ago.
All right, I'll check it out. I'll look it up. Also, a comment that said...
Okay, I'm just going to figure this out on an init patch because this is fucking stupid. I hate UIs like this.
Which patch editor interface is worse? Moog Muse versus FL Studio Flex. Isn't... I mean, I have the Flex editor for, like, to make Flex patches.
Mm-hmm, same.
Which is obviously the worst interface of all. But, I mean, any like, insider, not, you know. Yeah, I don't know if Flex patches are all that bad. I guess I don't play with them enough, but I have thought about making it. I will take that into consideration because I've thought about releasing my own Flex instrument at some point.
Yeah, same. That's been forever on my to-do list. Sequencer. I just did this like a little bit ago.
What was I going to look up? Something about...
The Fred Lab Manatee.
yeah.
While I sit here and figure this out like an idiot.
Fred Armiston's Pet Manatee. Oh, cool.
Are you crying, Lucy? What is going on there?
Oh, she's just sounding old. After running after me all day.
There we go. Okay, so... Okay. See, like, I want to just change the sequence to be 16 steps. I feel like I should be able to just hit 16 here really quick.
Yes. That's what I was trying to do yesterday.
Okay, hold on. Okay, here's a sequence. Recording is off.
That's it. That's easy.
So 16, yeah. So it's not really fascinating. Obviously, we have directions.
Yeah. And you could bound it to a scale.
Yeah, so if we switch it to minor pentatonic for the sake of demonstration, I could change my root.
It didn't change though.
Clock. Yeah, it changed the scale.
No, but I mean the audio didn't change.
We're getting there.
Okay.
So now I can do parameter recording.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool.
And it's stepped.
Nice. Yeah.
Cool. Right?
Okay, yeah, that's great.
So now I can go into probability. So I can hear myself think. So I can have a probability range. This is semitones. So we'll have 1 octave. And I'm going to increase the note probability, which is going to spread the notes within the scale we've selected. Gate probability. So this is actually per step right now, but I could go ahead and do this for all steps.
Right.
Velocity probability. Clock the delays. So if we back out of that, we can also get into the note editor, octave, and version. So it's polyphonic steps.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I could also go in here and so there's also note, gate, velocity, timing. So like kind of micro shifting. And then you can also assign to the timbre, which is kind of crazy. So it's kind of neat.
Yeah, that's powerful.
And then we have the clock divider. So you can make like Instagram video ambient.
Yeah. So can you like route an I wonder if we could route an LFO to the clock divider.
Yes. So mod map.
But could I hit a sign? Maybe I could hit a sign and that would actually make it faster. That would be cool. Yeah, look at that.
And then I want to send it to clock divider. Oh, is it because this is like playing right now and recording?
Yeah. Yeah, it just won't do it to the clock divider.
Maybe it's in the mod matrix, so it might just be like not assignable from there. So I want to send LFO bidirectional to... How do I... Oh my god, I can't fucking just like instantly zero that. That's a fucking pain in the ass. Okay. I thought you were able to. Or maybe that's only in the parameter recording. You could record the clock divider. CV out 1, CV out 2. Panning, timbre, VCA, VCF, VCF, mixer, detune. No, but if I get into these steps, I can also parameter record. I believe I would need to, let's get rid of the octave parameter. Parameter. Clear parameter. Okay, clear all. just like... So you have 4 parameters per step is of note. So if you're not using the cutoff on one step and you wanted it to be that instead,
cool.
you can't do that. It is smart.
Kind of like a poly-in tracker.
Kind of like a poly-in tracker.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, dude.
I need to hire somebody to do what I'm doing for you right now, like with the zooming and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's actually like, honestly, I think I might do that for some streams. Like I feel like that's, I don't know how useful people watching this find it, but.
So that's doing the clock.
Okay.
Which is kind of fun.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay.
And then we get the visual feedback here of the little piano roll. So on top of this, I can have the arpeggiator going. And right now I believe it's also transposing the sequence.
Mm-hmm.
So I could have the sequencer...
Is there like a master scale quantization?
Yeah, I believe that's through the sequencer settings.
Okay.
I think that is global.
Okay, yeah, because that would be good to like...
So yeah, that's the sequencer, which is pretty cool. And then... with the arpeggiator, you could, like if I just made... You know, something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry this is so exciting, but... So let's say I had that running. I could... record that into the sequencer.
Yeah.
And now it still has all
nice.
that stuff left in.
I mean, to be fair, I think we're probably the only people on YouTube exploring this depth.
Probably.
Maybe not. I don't know, but I feel like it's definitely with a new thing that comes out that's, you know, getting reviewed in Wired magazine. I feel like we're the only ones being like, how do we LFO the clock divider, and then the clock divider controls the output phase?
So within the sequencer too, you can also like mute steps and stuff, and same with the ARP. So if I go into ARP, there's also stuff with like, I could rest on the skip or not, and I could probability the rest skip.
Okay, that's dope.
A better way to demo that is probably just on a new patch, because otherwise we're going to be going nutty here. So if I just dial up the old Stranger Things ARP.
Someone's asking if this is a reflection or if this lights up.
Oh, yeah, this is a reflection of...
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, that's cool.
It would be cool if it
It's a
lit up.
reflection of the Bluetooth V2 tube amp, which is who's sponsoring. No, I'm joking. This stream's actually sponsored by this Belkin power strip.
Yep, thank you, Belkin.
Yeah.
Shout out. Use code Ben for...
When you're fucking needing power slots, Belkin has you in the bag. I just read that from their marketing.
So we can... Yeah, so this is the arpeggiator.
Oh, nice. Pretty interactive. I dig that.
So if I start messing with the probability... And I don't think you can tie the pitch from here. You may be able to. So pattern direction and such. I could change the leapfrogging. Add an alternate mode. Bring in some of the delay.
Oh, nice. I do like that it has like an immediate clock sync. I feel like there's a lot of devices where I will spend way too much time.
So that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
And if we started dinking with like the oscillator stuff. So I'm gonna mod map the LFO to the mixer level.
Oh, cool.
Oh, it didn't save that. That's fucking stupid.
New question. Did you sit down with someone at Moog to learn the Muse, or did you figure most of this out on your own?
I sat down with Max from Moog, who was super, super helpful. He was kind of the star of the video with me, helping me look through all the cool stuff. But to be totally honest, I like only remember about 40% of the conversation with him on Muse because we didn't really spend a ton of time on it, and it really wasn't the focus of why I was there.
The focus of why you were there was Grinder.
Yes, actually. We also have the continuously variable wave shape, which is kind of fun. So you can
continuously variable meaning.
So I can go from triangle to saw without it being triangle or saw.
Got it.
And then triangle, saw to square.
Nice.
So it's kind of like the PolyBrute where it's like a wavetable.
Yeah.
Meaning I can
It's
smoothly
like a
kind of
vector square a little bit like it.
Yeah. Bring in some like the FM. And then the modulation oscillator can also be another oscillator. So if I bring this in with like the sine wave, audio rate, and keyboard track.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
It's kind of annoying to tune. But if I didn't do that, it's also pretty fast to assign to stuff.
Yeah.
So filter. Probably be easier to tune it without the delay. And I can also assign it to panning.
Nice.
Which is pretty tight, especially as you like...
Yeah, it's dope.
The filters, though, maybe of note, can be serial. So this is in high pass right now. Mm-hmm. This one's a low pass, always. It can be double low pass, obviously. But I can also have it be stereo. And obviously I could have key tracking be different, envelope be different, resonance be different. And then I can have the panning spread on the voice.
Nice.
Which is neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. So that's like the arpeggiator, I guess, in a nutshell, plus some other goodies. The LFOs also have like new waveforms. So there's user waves here.
Whoa.
Which I wish I remembered more of the conversation with Max. I think there's a way to add your own. But there's a ton of like weird LFO shapes in here. Not a ton, but
I wonder if there's like a
good amount of really exotic waveforms that are, I think, nice for modulation, but just feel, I don't know, like it just feels underutilized in the factory presets. And again, I've only really had a couple hours with this, but like I am not blown away by the factory bank at all. But I seldom am.
It does make me wonder if, I'm kind of thinking if what were you just showing? Oh yeah, those user envelopes. I wonder if they are
the LFOs. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. They don't have user envelopes. No. I mean, obviously you could make your own, but okay, I'm just making sure they don't have like presets of any sort. But they are loopable, so
yes.
It is kind of a user LFO in that sense. I wonder if in the manual, if they show you a picture of what to expect from those LFOs. I guess you could just like, route them to like the pitch of a sine wave or something.
Trying to find if any of the ARPs make use of the cool stuff. Not really. That one's doing some interesting stuff, it sounds like. So it's like, I mean, we're like 5 patches deep in this category and no one's showing that. That's maybe doing some interesting stuff. Oof. That's in the ARP bank, but the ARP, is only on timbre 2. But it's not playing. So why is that in the ARP category?
The screen just went dead.
Why is this flashing?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the screen turned off for a moment. But DFAM.
That was weird.
I feel like that's every DFAM patch that I've heard on like YouTube.
Cinematic. All right. You want to give it a go? Or do we want to look at questions?
Let's look at questions for a second.
All right.
Ben, is Cyclone still your favorite 303 over something like the I think I like it the most. But you know what? Honestly, some of that stuff, I mean, in terms of like, it has some pretty out there features that are like fun, I guess, if you really just want to spend that much time messing around with the 303. But also, another reason why I think I like it a lot is because I'm used to it, and I just don't want to learn a new, like, sequencing in 303 is not a super fun experience on a real 303, and on a lot of, on the Behringer one, for example. I feel like they tried to make it a little bit more user-friendly, but it still isn't fun, and it isn't nearly as musical as the Cyclone, especially the Make 2. I think it's the Make 2 that I have. It's more fun to use in general. That's a good question. So far, would you rank the Muse above or below the PolyBrute 12? Me personally, it shouldn't come as a surprise that I rank it. It's pretty far below the PolyBrute 12. Mostly, I'll give you the reasons. PolyBrute 12 has a morph function that is phenomenal. It morphs. Every patch has 2 patches in it, and you can go in between them. You can modulate them, and there's an incredible, I don't know if you've seen it, or if you've paid much attention to what's going on by the mod wheel, but there's an incredible touch interface that you can depress and touch, and it really allows you to just sculpt your sound in a way that is pretty rare in any sort of synth. PolyBrute 12 also has polyphonic aftertouch. PolyBrute 12, I would say, the oscillators. I think I like the oscillators a bit more than the Muse. I do like the filters here, but I feel like the filters are more versatile on the PolyBrute 12. Like I feel like you could probably hone in some more sounds. And last but not least, I mean, I'm sure I could keep going with this. Obviously, I have more voices, but also you do have that DSP chip, and that DSP chip has the same reverb algorithm as Pigments, and a little more, I think. And so it's, yeah, I mean, like I don't understand. I've seen some video. It's kind of funny when we first talked about this. It was like, ooh, maybe we should like make a stream or something. Like this is months ago. Maybe we should make a stream or something comparing the Muse to the PolyBrute 12, and now, playing with both, I realize that it's kind of stupid to compare them. Like it's not. One is.
Well, I think that when we initially had those discussions, you and I were both like, obviously the PolyBrute 12 is just going to win. Mm-hmm. Like which is why I think we both felt weird about like potentially making that video or doing a stream comparing the two, because it's like the PolyBrute 12 just fucking destroys. Yeah. But in fairness, like the PolyBrute 1, like the OG one, and the PolyBrute 12 have both ruined most other analog synthesizers for me because they're just so good.
Yeah, and like
everything I do is judged against that, and now it's like nothing compares to that.
Yeah, and it's also funny because I mean it's like I've praised both PolyBrutes so much. The original one, I mean, you know, I've like praised it like all the time, and I made a video essentially that was like a love letter to the thing. And a lot of people think that I was never sponsored. I was never paid anything. I've never been paid a dime by Arturia. Yeah, I'm like literally trying to think way back in that. I've never been paid a dime by Arturia, anything like that. Like I really do think that and there are things Arturia's made that I'm not like a massive fan of, but I really do think that the PolyBrute and the PolyBrute 12 are incredible analog synthesizers that if you have that money to spend, and if you don't have another, you know, premium analog synthesizer, you're just not going to get that performance in anything. I cannot think of any analog synthesizer that like is going to give you the experience you have with the PolyBrute 12. I hear a lot of people saying, well, this one does this and has this waveform, but it's like the thing that Arturia does so well, and they hire outside consultants for this. I've been one of them, not for the PolyBrute, really enough, but I've volunteered as a consultant for the Mini Freak, just because I was like, whoa, you're making another Micro Freak? Okay. And so I talked to their engineers, and I was like, okay, this would be cool. And they really, that's what they do, is they just reach out to people and say, hey, give me your opinion. Let me know what you want. You play with our stuff a lot. Let's do this. And so that really, in Pigments and PolyBrute, that's where that really comes to a head, and you feel that. And so, but point being is I couldn't make a video comparing the two, not because I can very objectively try and remove any bias I have and say that the PolyBrute is better than the Muse and is going to serve me better. And for most people, if you just remove the brands and if you played with one after the other, you'd most likely end up spending more time with the PolyBrute. But like, how could I possibly ever look unbiased making that video? You know, right. Well, I don't make gear videos anyway, but I mean, you know, in a stream or anything, like, I just think it's not a good comparison. But I do think, I think that there's probably a place for the Muse. I don't think that it's like a bad synth. No,
because I agree with pretty much everything there. I think for me, the PolyBrute 12 just wins. I mean, you know, on top of everything you said, it's like not only is it super effective and versatile and sonically interesting and has enough range with the effects and the mod matrix and the sequencer and blah blah blah. I will say the sequencer on this is more interesting, but you know, it's like one of those things of like, it has this and this and this, and it also saved my parents' marriage. Like,
it might be more, I guess
it's a ridiculous piece of hardware.
The parameter locking is
cool.
Yeah, like, because I don't think that the PolyBrute has anything like that. They do.
Well, it has the motion recording.
Yeah, they have the motion recording, and they do have, and obviously you have the mod matrix can be a preset selector or a sequencer mode that you can, you know.
But I think if they brought in some of the features of like the KeyStep Pro and BeatStep Pro of like the generative features into that sequencer,
that would be.
I would lose. But it's like, you know, when you and I both got the PolyBrutes, it was like the exact same experience of like, I just didn't sleep for like 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's
And,
really
and I
fun.
feel like if they added that type of sequencing into the PolyBrute, I would lose another like 2 or 3 days very happily to just explore that.
There's a good question here asking what the build quality is here, and if it and yeah, and
Well, it's hard to comment because I've only had it for like
they're
a week.
concerned that the buyout may have affected the build quality. My take on that is that the buyout will likely have improved build quality for Moog because people think of Moog as like, you know, this company that was making everything in North Carolina, and you know, except for obviously like small components and stuff because you can't make that stuff and you have to order it. But I think that in those types of settings, you'll get an instrument that like is heavier and maybe more robustly built. However, you will, since there's less automation in general, there's more room for human error when you're making it. And so you will have things like pitch drift, and you will have things like soldering mistakes and stuff like that. And I do think that as much as we might not like the in-music buyout of Moog, which again, I've when I did a video on this, I do like the in-music buyout of Moog because Moog was going under one way or another. Like Moog was either going away or they were going to get bought out by a private equity group that was siphoning money out of the music instrument world. We could say that InMusic has destroyed some brands and enriched others, but InMusic is a music brand, and that's a good thing. It stayed within the industry, and so I don't really have as much of a problem with that, considering that Moog has been in some form of financial peril since their inception almost. Like they've never been like in great shape. And so no, I think that it will improve, and but one thing that I really wish it improved was pricing, but I don't think we've had enough time for that for like the full design of a synth to reflect InMusic's global reach of manufacturing. But I think that will happen in the future. I think we'll start seeing some really cool Moog stuff that probably
It's
costs
probably a lot more affordable.
sub $1,000, yeah.
I think the build quality on this, and again, have only had this for like a week and really haven't like deeply played with it. The panel peeling thing, I didn't really connect that. But now that I see it, I guess I could see that being an issue. I would fucking hope it's not, but...
It's also an easy fix.
Yeah. You know, the buttons, I think we made this comment the other night. Like, the buttons on this, I don't trust them, and I can't put my finger on why. It's just not satisfyingly clicky. It feels like a very cheap part that's going to wear out super fast. But, like, it's metal. You know, like, it's metal and real wood and beautiful looking wood and...
Yeah.
You know, I when I was at Jason Graves' studio, this and the wood on the Sub 37 and such look like almost the same. So I think it is the, like, local sourced wood maybe or something. So that was kind of cool to see. You know, and it's heavy. Like, when we carried it over here, it's solid. You know, I wouldn't have doubts about, like, the body. These little, like, stick thingies, if we could show those. On the mixer, we're on the right frame, sorry. These like sticky things, I don't know if you'll, maybe on this one. There's a little wibble wobble there, and I mean, I can pull that like directly off. I would be afraid these would break first. The knobs don't feel bad.
Yeah.
These buttons though, in general, not so much these ones. I feel like these are probably okay.
It makes me want to open this up and look and see. Actually, let me just use my phone light. Makes me wonder if there is intentionally, if that's like on a rocker, so if bumping it doesn't pull the soldering out, or no, we're not going to be able to tell from here, or if it's just loose. But, okay, we're not going to be able to tell, but...
Yeah, so it feels pretty good. I mean, I would say the PolyBrute feels better.
Yeah.
I couldn't really specify why, but everything on that feels like pretty rock solid.
The PolyBrute's also heavier.
Yeah.
Like the PolyBrute's also a beast. I mean, it's kind of funny. Like I might take this on stage before I took a PolyBrute on. Well, not with the sticking key issue that we may have witnessed, but
that's a firmware thing.
Yeah. But yeah, just because of the weight. Let's see. There's somebody asked something about.
Oh, someone wants to hear this patch. This is Newfoundland. Does it sound like a moose in heat?
exactly.
Actually, yes.
There's is Rolly Seaboard a dangerous investment? Yes. I'm going to tell you one thing about Rolly, a quick thing. And I have the pre-production of a video about Rolly, about the company, and it was kind of going to be like the sequel to the private equity buyout of music production. And the reason why I didn't follow up on it and continue going down that rabbit hole, and I'm saying this with a straight face, I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating, is because I thought that the video could put somebody in jail. Like, I thought that there's actually enough fuckery to where I'm like, unless I'm really misunderstanding something about this company, that like I would be providing evidence for a prosecution and you know, potentially like getting myself subpoenaed to a court, or getting myself like, you know, sued for releasing documents or showing documents I should make, but one way or another.
I really wish I had the Genos right now to underscore this like we did the
yeah,
other night.
right, yeah.
It doesn't work as well.
But yeah, I don't think, whatever. Who knows? Maybe Rolly will figure out a way to make another $1 million fall out of the fucking sky and buy themselves more. Maybe they'll start 5 more companies and then get Kickstarters for all of them, and then pool all that money somewhere else, and then
go bankrupt again.
Yeah, and then they'll just continue supporting the Seaboard. Maybe, you know, that could happen, or they could just. or not, or it could not be supported that long. No, I would say it's a terrible investment. I would also say that like those sex toy keyboards, that whole vibe of like the soft rubbery things, I'm not a huge fan of those, and especially since the Osmos came out, not a huge I just don't. I would just get the Osmos like 10 times. Yeah, I mean, it's like the.
Going through some cinematic patches here.
Oh, the Rolly video isn't. I don't think the Rolly video is coming out. Like I said, my channel doesn't exist to put people in prison.
Yet.
I mean, that's not what I'm trying to do. And it was one of those things where I just got to the point where it's like I'm just like digging information out for a prosecutor at this point. For, you know, like it looked that way. When I say this, by the way, understand that this is how I was interpreting it. I am not, you know, I don't work for the SEC, so I don't really know what is, or a company's house in UK in that regard. But I just remember being like, you know what, let's just get out of this rabbit hole now, because like this is a little bit more. I'd be happy to do a video on it if, you know, if somehow it ended up going in that direction on its own, then I'd be happy to cover it. But I'm not an investigator for a prosecutor. I'm a YouTube journalist, which is like the worst thing to call yourself.
It's kind of a fun patch.
Yeah, I don't know. The Osmos keys, I did think they were a little cheap when I first got it, a little bit. Like, I was just kind of like, should I be concerned about this? But mine's held up fine, and I've actually abused it quite a bit. It's been through like a pretty rough move. It's literally on its side in there right now. I've moved it around tons. It's like, yeah. How about you? Have you damaged your Osmos?
Not yet. I haven't really like moved it around a ton, but I mean, I've like taken it on and off my desk a bunch this summer working on the thing.
I've expected to mess it up because of how, I mean, just all the things going on with each key. Like, those sensors are intense.
I know they had some early build quality issues, though. A couple of my friends that got one early on had like keys that broke or just didn't work or whatever.
For what
Mine's
it
been
is,
fine so far.
for what it is, the quality control is great, considering, you know, how like considering how much is going on.
Oh, the Air A2, was kind of on my list, but I don't know. I don't want more shit in my studio right now. It's like that ambient Jeopardy theme. Interesting.
They're asking if we got the meta yet.
The what?
The meta.
Oh, Meta Module?
No.
The thing that runs VCV?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm not interested. It's one of those things where it's just like, I don't know what
It's kind of like...
So I feel like that's like the point where I just go outside and start doing yard work. Where I'm just like, so we're going to run VCV rec in a module, in a real modular synth. You know what? The chickens need feeding. Any other questions while we're taking?
And then I guess we'll maybe dive into making some sounds or something.
Yeah, my initial. Yeah, I don't know what the Soma Flux is either. I'm just out of this world.
Is that
I'm a farmer now. I don't.
I think it's their like weird theremin thing.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I know nothing about it, but I saw a video about that or something, or like a demo on like Instagram. I need to delete Instagram off my phone again. I only downloaded it for this trip, and I already hate my life on Instagram.
Yeah, it's painful to post anything in it. Well, I feel like I've looked at 2 different pages and I still can't figure out what it is, so I'll look later. Do you skate inline? You have oh yeah. You have a skating shirt or something.
Oh, this is Future Retro, the synth company, not the skate company.
Wow.
So
You guys fucked up.
I'm not nearly that cool anymore. I used to ride skateboards, and
Inline,
then I got old and I got into synthesizers.
Inline is rollerblades.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I have a pair of rollerblades, but I
had some, and then someone stole them when I moved.
I got really excited about them, and but like anywhere that I've lived in the last 3 years, more than that, anywhere that I've lived in the last 6 years, is right next to an intense hill. And right now I'm on top of a little mountain, so I have nowhere to skate. Otherwise, I'm gonna die. So,
what other banks have we got? Oddity. What do Oddity patches sound like?
the Taiga keys. Have you played with that at
I have
MobCon?
not.
Yeah.
Nope.
I have the Taiga.
The module.
I almost wish I didn't put it in my modular. I wish I just had it as a standalone. It doesn't react. It doesn't react good with like CV from other modules. At least mine doesn't.
That's cool.
Did you mess with the Usta? I don't know what any of these things are. It's kind of funny.
No idea what that is.
Maybe it's a joke.
The Usta. Is your Usta running?
Yeah.
You should go catch it.
Erica Bachman.
You would die
Is
sad
your
and alone.
Usta running? Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
And some ring mod stuff with the mod oscillator. Oh, and the releases. Oh, maybe not. I thought the release was doing something. Significant lamp. That's what I would name that.
Should I bring the Montage M in here and just compare them side to side?
Yeah, side by side, this versus Montage M. Okay. That's like a Mr. Bill drop. Or what was that artist, Snails?
Yeah.
Okay. What other patches? Some keys, maybe? That's nice. Clavinet, Moogie Fields Forever. I don't know that song, but yeah. That's nice. I just feel like you run out of voices.
Yeah. I definitely did when I had the sustain pedal hooked up to it. That was like what was killing me.
That's fun. You just eats voices. That's kind of a gross one.
It sounds like a futuristic subway.
Whirlers, so Wurlitzer.
It's 8 voices. Somebody asked, what, I'm not just telling you. It's 8 voices, Cameron. Cameron. It's 8 voices.
It's only got 8 voices.
Would you rather have this or a matriarch?
I've heard really, really good things about the matriarch. I've really wanted a sub 37 for a minute, and then I looked into the matriarch, and I think it has a little bit more vibe, and I think Max at Moog kind of recommended it to me for that, if I remember right, where it just has a little more of like the old school analog feel. But the thing is, it can't save presets, which doing like scoring work and stuff is particularly important because, you know, like 6 months later, they're like, hey, we're doing a new round of Instagram ads. Can you recut this and do a version of that, which obviously I can't really do with like a modular or something that doesn't save presets. But the matriarch sounds really cool.
This or a Moog 1?
I mean,
I'm just reading the...
If money's no object, probably the 1. I got to play the Moog 1 when I was at Moog, and that thing's nutty. Some of the patches were cool as shit, but it's 3 layers, so it's like tri-timbral and 16, or I don't know, whatever, a ton of polyphony, and
what do those cost?
$10,000. I don't know that they make them anymore. I think they stopped.
What else could I buy for $10,000? One of the guitars at the guitar shops. So
Yeah.
like one of the fucking acoustic guitars that like was completely unremarkable but cost $10,000. I've been looking for a guitar, a new guitar. I've been on a mission, and it's a long garbage mission. It's a mission of trash. It's a mission of bullshit. It's annoying. I now have a guitar shop customizing a 90s Strat into an inverted Benn guitar with all humbucker pickups, and it's going to be delusional. We'll see. I'm probably not even going to like it.
That was a good combo there. An organ? Meh.
Yeah, I tried doing the signature thing, and a very large guitar company told me that it is a little unrealistic, that they would be very excited to work with me, but it's a little unrealistic. Then they use they use the most recent tweet of mine at the time where I said that I don't really care if Donald Trump got assassinated or not. Like, where I was just like, it doesn't really matter to me anymore at this point. Like, I'm not, I don't have any stake in it in that regard. They said, well, they can't do that. That I'm a little too opinionated online for a signature model. And then I thought to myself about some of the guitarists that have a signature model and some of the things that they've publicly said, and then I got mad and I said, you know what, fuck signature. I don't want to work with a company unless it's like a very, very small one. But then I wouldn't do a signature model if it costs more than $1,000. Period. Even with the MIDI pickups, with everything, that's kind of the thing. And Harley Benton, is that the name of the company?
Yeah.
Hey, what do we think about Harley? We had a friend. This has been a whole summit.
He was in the chat, but he has no audio because his headphones weren't working, or they died. We had a friend here, so continue.
Yeah, we had quite a few people here, and for the first time in my life, I heard about Harley Benton, and I was just like, oh, whatever, just one of these cheap Chinese guitar brands. I ain't interested in that garbage. And then I looked, and I was like, whoa, I could even order like custom kits and all this, and I ended up putting in an order for some Harley Benton guitars to see what they're like, and I'm curious, but pretty excited. If they play half decent, that's actually pretty damn exciting, isn't it? Like that makes, I'm just excited when things are accessible like that.
Yeah, so the Harley Benton stuff seems cool. I'm looking to probably buy one myself. They make a Bass 6 clone for like no money.
Isn't Behringer universally canceled by our community? I don't know. I don't
fucking care.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't really think of it that way. I mean, I think that like Behringer might be the biggest. I think they're the biggest synthesizer company in terms of output and sales, not necessarily income, but yeah, I mean, like, you know, canceled would mean that like no stores are carrying them. I guess they were more canceled when they were just ripping off Mackeys and things like that, and like Guitar Center wouldn't carry them. Yeah, I don't think of it that way. I don't want a company to get canceled. I want a company to like do better at to treat their employees better, but also to treat their customers better. And for my own selfishness, I would like Behringer to just innovate more. They have the resources. Surely Uli Behringer could design some pretty rad synths. I have no doubt about that. Like,
well, like the OG. I mean, it wasn't really like a super original design. What was it? DeepMind.
I have a DeepMind right over there. I love it.
DeepMind was pretty fucking cool. I had one
for the price. Yeah, it was like I think it was my first polysynth. Like in at least over when polysynths got really expensive. Like, yeah, I don't have a. I mean, how do you like the abacus? Tell me about it. I've never actually used one. I don't know. But yeah, the abacus is a great example of like, surely Behringer's many engineers and employees, surely there's enough bright minds there that could give us something that isn't maths, that's better than maths, or something that you could put next to maths, and it would make your experience more inspirational when you're at your modular for an affordable price. That is so much cooler than just like undercutting a fucking company with their original design. Like, I don't know, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, what's the most fun synth you own?
Pure fun.
The Genos 2, probably.
The Genos 2
honestly,
is
yeah,
super
like
fun.
Ranger keyboards are super fun.
Yeah, the Genos, I had a blast with that one night.
Yeah, you lose hours with that thing. You're just like, this is so stupidly ridiculous. Yeah, the Genos 2 is an affordable. It's only like what, $6,000.
Yeah, I'm thinking just in terms of pure fun, probably the Micro Freak for me.
Really?
Yeah, love that thing. It's super
Yeah.
weird, and it's just very immediate, which I like. I also really like the Roland SH4D for all of its faults and for all the half-baked Roland bullshit in it. I have a good time with that one too. Just because it's also pretty like quick and hands-on to be like Juno thing, and then some FM, and here's a drum beat.
Vector Synth is pretty fun.
I need to play with that sometime.
Yeah.
That thing looks cool as shit. Solar 42.
Yeah, I still have my Solar 42.
I have mine as well.
Yeah.
Solar 42 is pretty dope. Mine's in baby poop brown, but
I don't know would you call it fun? I mean, yeah, it's fun, but like I don't know if it's like when I think fun, I think like I'm laughing while doing it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm amused. I don't think I'm amused. Like, if Solar 42 is more inspiring than a Genos, but like it's, yeah, I don't know if it's fun. It's like
It's a commitment.
yeah, it's like yeah.
You have to be in the mood for it. Absolutely.
What has caused this? I have a disease
Called wiggly leg line.
Yeah, I'm trying to like show the people. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do this. Look at that. No idea what caused that. I've been trying to figure it out for a minute now.
Yeah. Solar 42F. Yes, I don't know what's different. Oh, the right channel is louder than the left.
That sucks.
Maybe that's this patch. I don't know.
I mean, I'm looking at the VUs across the board, and it's not. So maybe you should check on your mixer there, buddy. Check on your cables, because our VUs look pretty. I don't know, pretty all over the place.
Here's some leads.
Maybe I was leaning against the table, but the table's not squiggly. Maybe I was abducted.
Possibly.
Yeah, what the? Seriously, what caused this? This is crazy. Like, what?
Was it this cable, maybe?
No. Could it be? No. Huh? If the glove fits. That's weird.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
when was that cable on your leg, though, is the question.
Wow. All right. Oh, apparently I did have it across my leg.
Ah.
All right. Maybe it's a stigmata. Like a really weird religious stigmata. Like Jesus Christ was actually tied to the cross with one of these headphone cables, and I'm starting to show. Okay, Virus C rack mount for $350 on Craigslist. Should I pull the trigger?
I know the viruses are pretty fucking cool.
But he's asking, should he kill himself? I saw a virus on Craigslist. Should I pull the trigger? It's like, nah, man.
I don't know the
really
difference
not that
between
big.
like virus, because there's like virus TI, virus snow, virus 2. I don't know what the differences are.
Yeah. I don't know. Culture Vulture just reviewed the Moog. I don't know, Source RM? Moog Source M?
Woof. What's that?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what. This whole stream has been me being like, "What's that?" I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, like the mono sounds on this are pretty damn good. I guess the question is, do you feel like you could create this on the PolyBrute?
No way. Why do you guys like so much Jordan Peterson? So, you know what? I was just telling a funny story about Jordan Peterson today. Not like I know him or something, but so for anybody who knows who Jordan Peterson is, they probably then know that he got addicted to benzos, like Xanax. And he, I don't know, I think it was like Klonopin or Valium or something. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He got addicted, and instead of like going through a normal tapering down thing that any psychiatrist or psychologist would have you do, he went to Russia and got induced into a coma so he could, like, I guess just not have to deal with it and be put under. Then apparently got brain damage in the coma. Something went wrong with it. And I remember, like, many months after this happened, his daughter posted something being like, all of the rumors saying that my dad has brain damage are false. He's actually doing fine. Here's some proof. And it was him in his backyard, and he had this like paved backyard terrace thing, and he was just holding a remote control and driving a remote control car around like that. And I was like, that's like the most damning evidence for brain damage I've ever seen in my life. But anyway, that's my Jordan Peterson story. This stream has it all. Seriously, that's the best comment. It does.
It's the Ben and Venus Power Hour variety show.
What do you think you're going to do after this stream? The answer that you're going to give me is kind of sad for the name of the stream.
I'm going to go play with the Yamaha Montage 8XM.
But I think that what we might do is ride e-bikes to a cemetery.
Ooh, at
where
night.
you could see the Atlanta skyline. That's like right over there.
Ooh, and we could bring the thing.
Yeah, maybe we could, yeah.
The telescope.
Yeah.
Boy. Do we want to like maybe design a quick patch?
Yeah. I would like to design from in it to finishing it.
This is another problem to me. As a sound designer, the initial patch should be that. I just want it to make sound and quickly hear how things are affecting things. Having release on an initial patch, I don't think is a good idea. But
yeah,
that's just me.
All right.
Do you want to have a crack at it?
Yeah, let's go. Okay.
Oh, Sean McKee. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, Sean. All right. This was confusing the heck out of me last night. The resonance being on this side. Like I was kept moving this, and I was like, I did not, and I was.
I could see that.
I literally thought the filter was like broken for a second. I was like, what's going on?
Man, yeah, just that it's that Moog filter, but I feel like as Chris pointed out, that's not a new opinion. Like
Yeah.
the Moog filter sounds really good, and it's like, well, congratulations.
Yeah, it is a ladder filter.
It is worth noting that within the mod matrix, you could also have that envelope respond to velocity, so you can have modifiers of modifiers, just so you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
There's also detuning and stuff here.
So,
and I don't think the VCA drives anymore. Yeah, I don't think that drives extra, so it's just that.
Okay, so here's one thing that I don't know much about. Modulation oscillator.
Mm-hmm.
What is that just a LFO?
It's a third oscillator here in the mixer. So it can be a third oscillator with audio rate and keyboard tracking.
Oh, okay. So modulation slash.
So it could go down to like sub audio rate, which right now is just.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Or.
Got it.
If we brought it in with this. Now it's a third oscillator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need to. Yeah.
And you can also output that, so you have to assign here one of the filters. So that's FMing the high pass right now. So to assign the PWM, you have to pick what oscillator you're routing that
Sure.
to, and then you would have to make sure it's on the square within
Okay.
the os mix. That's 2.
Oh, right. Okay, assignable controllers, aftertouch. And so I would hold this down, or would I have to do it here?
You should be able just to have it on right now, and then move a parameter.
Got it, okay. Oh, okay, cool, so. Nice. Okay, and then if I want the LFO to...
That would be
assign
assign
and then
touch parameter.
uh-oh. Oh, I did. I just assign the LFO
To itself, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
Is that doing anything? Hold on. Try now.
Here, no?
1 sec. What the fuck? Enter? Okay.
So to do that, you pressed assign and then...
And then move a parameter. So you're assigning that LFO to that LFO's
And then you have
rate.
to press enter.
And then enter, I think. Yep. So I have to add it to timbre A.
Okay. Mod wheel.
Yep.
Hold that and...
No, just tap.
Oh, burp. Okay. Got it.
And then
Can it do
enter.
multiple things?
I think it's just one assignable. Unless we get into mod map.
Oh, right. Okay.
Source mod wheel. No, you can assign it to more through here.
Okay. And then, yeah, all right. I see what's happening.
So you have to assign a destination.
Should I just move something? And that's...
I don't think it works like that. It does not.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's see. Oh, sign of destination. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Right, so diffusion delay. I see now.
So this is to move
Yeah.
through, and this is to assign the value. So that would be controlled here.
Yeah, okay.
So now it'll have diffusion.
After 6 seconds, right? Or is that just how long?
Yeah. It's like how much and how long until it takes to hit at the same time.
I don't know, what do we think?
That's cool.
Reading the chat. Yeah, I gotta say that making a patch was more fun than going through the presets. Which, yeah, I mean,
I feel like that's everything, though.
Yeah, I feel like that would be what I normally would think, but I do kind of enjoy playing with presets and messing around with them. I feel like creating a patch from scratch was 3 times more fun than the presets, and I don't know why. I mean, I think because it is so tactile. Like there's so much to do.
It's definitely not like knob per function, but it's pretty well thought out. Should I have a stab at one?
Yeah, do it.
All right. Why is this blinking again? I'm so confused. It's not the tempo. Is it the clock divider?
Should we turn it off and on and see if it continues to happen? Like just to verify.
Well,
that...
switching presets. Now it's fine.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Don't
So
know.
that is a bug of some sort or something.
Okay.
Okay. Somebody's like, I just opened the house. Never mind. I'll use my studio's bathroom. Wow, I just figured this out now. This.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. How handy is that, huh?
Are we getting to like Tim and Eric territory?
Like... There you go. We're on stream. That sounds good. I'm doing the visuals for this set.
That's it. Yeah, that's kind of fun. Yeah, that's kind of fun.
Yeah. You like this?
That's
If only this part could be a little bit like yeah, I guess like more transparent, so you could see through it. That would actually be like kind of a neat effect. But all right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like the factory presets again just don't do anything for me, but that's a lot of things. I mean, even the Iridium, I think, has kind of shit factory presets. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else I could do to this patch. I could probably...
It should have 196 keys. It should be one of those circle keyboards that circles around you.
Because yeah, I feel like there's some character to this, at least.
Every key that you press should show you the precedence on a screen, but like for all the poly, maybe? And to divide them into series of 8s, like the 8 most I guess like the 8 best war presidents, and so you press the keys and it would like show all their date, like a little Mount Rushmore on there. Can you believe that I don't work for a synth company?
Yeah. Oh, nope, we're doing the blinky light thing again.
Uh-oh. Look at that. Here, I can make it stop.
Yeah, I think the only other thing... Oh, it is worth maybe saying the pitch LFO is separate. And you could assign the pitch LFO to other destinations.
Okay. How did I not even see that? Probably because it's so close to my face.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of Muse.
And so what... If it's only pitch LFO...
Mm-hmm. It's not assigned by default.
Oh.
Now...
So you could assign it... Oh, I see. But you could also assign it to, like, this blinking glitch light.
So right now it's just running all the time.
Yeah.
But I could control it with something else if I wanted to. Yeah, you can also assign it to the detuning factor, which is over there.
Cool. And the envelope. Oh, that's cool that it has an envelope in there. But can you edit the envelope? That's my big thingy. I love editing those LFO envelopes for pitch.
No, maybe. Not that I can like immediately see.
I wonder how that works though. Well, we would have to have keyboard reset.
So,
well, it's...
So maybe envelope mode makes it run through that cycle only once. That is the envelope.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was like...
Because if you go to the ramp, ramp down, it should fade out over time, and this should fade in over time. Oh, in envelope mode.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I wonder if we could get the envelope to like...
So with a very slow...
You know what I'm saying? To where like you press a key and the envelope comes in after a second? Or the LFO comes in after a second? For like performances?
No idea. Yeah, so that's Muse. Oh, someone wanted a Reese patch. Hold on. Yeah, there's your classic. With a bit of glide.
Yeah.
And with like some filter FM. And I bet if I do something like this.
Oh, there we go.
And then if I brought in the... Oh, that's dumb. Mod map. LFO1. Unipolar to destination. The... For fuck's sake, CV. Oh. Can I not assign that to diffusion delay mix? Mix. Nope. Okay, well anyways. There's a nice like buzzy.
Yeah.
There's a Reese. I don't know. Do we want to do one more round of questions and call it?
Yeah, let's do one. Let's do 3 more questions. If you say that you only want to do 3 more questions, way more people will ask questions.
All right.
It's called loss aversion. That's how it works. Only 3 more questions left, and then we're out.
Because we're going to go ride bikes to a cemetery.
Health. Yeah.
Health. Yeah.
Health. Yeah, we are. That sounds nice.
It's the Mogi Fields.
People are thinking of their questions. All right, I'm going to take a previous question. Just American presidents? I actually was thinking of Democratic Republic of Congo presidents only. That would be amazing, like some like small country. Whoa.
The release on the keys.
That's strange. Hey, I'm going to mute this, and I want everybody to listen.
Not there, but here.
So wait.
Below about
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Oh, it's just that one key.
There's another one. No, maybe not. Wow.
This is the stream, everyone.
Huh.
You like that, baby?
Okay, that's concerning.
Oh yeah, questions. So
Yeah, have I done anything interesting with my Sonic camera since making the video? No, I've made the video, and I got it, I like finished it, rendered it right as the hurricane was coming in, and was like literally put it on Google Drive because I knew I'd lose power. And it was just like, that way I could at least do it from like my laptop through a cell hotspot. Yeah, no, I've done nothing. I honestly don't know if it works. I think I like tried it again, like at some point just to like see if I could do an extra test, and like was just having issues like getting it booted, but it was probably just my brain being dog shit at the time. Are there any velocity issues on that you've noticed?
probably haven't had enough time with it to say, but let's try. All right, so this is velocity on amplitude.
Sounds good.
That responds like I would expect it.
Okay.
And then velocity to the filter envelope. All right.
How's my new gaming chair working out? The amount of people who ask me that question, like even friends of mine who are just like, hey, how's that gaming chair? Is kind of astounding. I'm not complaining. It's just interesting to learn how many people want a recommendation on a chair. It's fine. I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. That being said, it's funny too because I was offered a coupon/affiliate link thing. I think it's on the video they put on there. I have some qualms about using that stuff because obviously, like, I'm kind of a jerk when it comes to sponsorships.
One with the non-profit thing that probably complicates it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I could do as many as I want. I just feel like it's gross.
Not me. This stream is sponsored by Knob Creek.
By Belkin. Yeah, no, but it's been fine, to be completely honest with you. Part of me wonders if you could get the same chair for like a quarter of the price if you just ordered it from AliExpress. Yeah, honestly, if you're going to buy that chair, I would maybe I would like maybe do a reverse image search or something and see if you could like find it on AliExpress for way less. Sorry to the company that gave it to me for free, but I mean, that's how these things work. Final thoughts on Muse. Is PolyBrute more appealing? Yeah, we touched on this earlier. I don't think that they're in the same class, unfortunately. I don't even think the PolyBrute 6 and the Muse are in the same class, which sucks because I think that the Muse is priced in the same class, but not. But maybe you really like that ladder filter. Maybe you really like the Moog ladder filter. And the tactileness of this did kind of catch me now. Like I could see it. I could have fun with this. Like I don't hate it. I think comparing it to my favorite synth in the world is not gonna. Well, I guess PolyBrute's my favorite synth. Maybe the Medusa is up there too. But I would say that this is probably going to be more enjoyable than using the Medusa to make music with, unless you're me. I mean, I think it could just be a thing, you know? It could just be like, you like the sound of the Muse, then go with the Muse. PolyBrute, I'll tell you everything. Here's the most important thing you need to know about any, either the PolyBrute 12 or the 6, but probably more so the 12. The first time that I play, I feel like the PolyBrute plays like what I imagined a CS80 to be. But when I played a CS80, it was just like this big broken organ that like wasn't nearly as fun as a PolyBrute. But that's how I feel. Like I feel like what I expected a CS80 to be is a PolyBrute. Like the PolyBrute is very CS80-ish sounding to me and feeling to me with all the controls. But this is probably closer to like your rudimentary subtractive synthesis, as we can hear. How does it compare to Hyperion? How does it compare to a 1966 Chevy Nova with a 357 bored out into a 420s in? Oh, awesome viral beats. Yeah, Poly and Tracker and a 22-year-old is probably a good match. It's a good time to get into it.
Don't do trackers, kids.
Volca FM versus Phase Plant. That's a tough one, honestly. I don't mean, yeah. No. Yeah, try a PolyBrute 12.
Try
Aquatic Borealis. Did you already buy a Muse, or are you on the fence?
Don't buy a Muse. Don't buy a PolyBrute. Buy a Pecan Sandy from Applebee's.
Yeah.
Get it on your birthday.
Yeah. What is that? Automaton versus Serum.
The automatone's the thing. It's like.
Yeah. I don't know. The Muse versus Tim Walls. Which one would you rather play with?
I'm trying to create a nice like zone out pad.
Yeah. Well, if you have one on order and you don't have it yet and it's like refundable, yeah, why not? It's a big investment.
That screen just flicked off again for a second there.
What did that?
Yeah, it just went black for like a split second.
Yeah, it's a big investment. Play with the PolyBrute 12. Like, check it out, you know? Oh, there isn't a discount code? Is it? Makes me want to check and see if I'm... Okay. Let me see if I can find a discount code really fast. I'm just going to search chair. No, that's a bad idea to search chair on my channel's Gmail. That's a good way to like
look at every scammy.
Yeah, to find like literally 50% of all my emails that I get. Yeah, it's funny. I have emails about that chair, like people being like, "Hey, how's that chair working out?" Man, FlexiSpot, they are up my asshole every goddamn day.
I hate Flexi Spot.
Yeah, literally, fire your fucking marketing team, people. You're terrible. Not to be hard. Like, I feel like anybody who has a YouTube channel with like more than 10,000 subscribers probably like
a dozen emails from Flexi Spot a day.
Probably feels heard so much for me saying that. Like, they're absolutely terrible. Yeah, literally so many emails. It's so ridiculous. Okay, this one I responded to. Nope. I'm looking for a discount code to see if I have one. Or a link or something. They sent me, yeah, this company kind of annoyed me and I stopped responding to them. They sent me this. Being like, she did this for us, will you do this for us? By the way, I'm talking about, what? Did it used to be called Secret Lab?
Like they wanted you to make poses in the chair?
When they were sending me pictures of other creators who like sat in the chair in poses for Instagram, and I was like, I'm not fucking doing that. What did I say to them? I think I said something like I could have the chair going back to the UPS store or something, and they didn't respond. I was like, in the video, I could like bring the chair to the UPS store. Yeah, I'm like yelling at them and telling them they're unprofessional. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't have a coupon for this. That's valid, at least. Sorry, everybody. I feel like that took way too long to get an answer for. Yeah. So, there you go.
Is that it?
Is what? The stream?
Does anyone else have further questions?
I mean, probably, but I kind of want to go ride e-bikes now.
Why is your phone looks like that?
My phone? This? Oh, I ripped the back paint off of this, so you just see the circuit board.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm joking, dude. It's a case.
I'm an idiot.
Everybody falls for my dad jokes. No, it's just a.
I would look
case.
good with a monocle.
It's a cool phone case.
Hold on, I'm making a monocle. Okay.
Oh, I have some discount codes for NAM hotels. All right. Well, everybody, we're gonna go get hit by a car. So.
Yep.
Thanks for watching, Cameron. Thanks for coming.
Thanks you for having me.
Thanks
this was
for bringing
great.
Your Moog Muse. Moose.
The Moose.
your Moog Moose.
Yeah, my Moog Moose.
Thanks for bringing the Moose. How much of that Knob Creek bottle will survive? I'm old. All of it will survive.
Well, we got to get to bed and then wake up like not hungover.
Yeah.
And you got farm work to do.
I do have farm work.
Got to get more of those eggs so we can make more of those burgers.
I got to inject nitrogen into a tree stump.
Just casually injecting nitrogen into a tree.
Yeah.
NBD.
It's good times. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Keep creating, and I'll see you later.